My name is Will Vanderbilt, and I am from Pacifica, California. I had a chance while I was actually in school to focus on the way that climate change was affecting people all around the world. And when I graduated, I actually got to take a research position with a really amazing professor that gave me the opportunity to travel to places where climate change is actually happening right now. So I worked with communities in the Arctic of Canada as well as in the Peruvian Amazon. We have plenty of research to show that climate change is happening and, in fact, exactly what needs to be done. The real problem that I saw was that we just didn't have enough political power, and really there just wasn't a good way for me to actually have a real impact through the research that I was doing. I heard about Green Corps, and that would actually give me an opportunity to work on real campaigns where I could see the impact of my work right away. And travel and work with all sorts of different communities and issues, and all the while receive a ton of really amazing training from some of the leaders of the environmental movement. On my first Green Corps campaign, I was sent to Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island to help launch the coal divestment campaigns that have now sprung up all across the country. But back in September, most folks really hadn't heard much of divestment. Bill McKibben had written a really great article in Rolling Stone the summer before, and students were starting to talk about getting divestment started on their campuses. It was really amazing to see how many people right away just wanted to make an impact and get involved in a real climate change fight and bring the tactic of divestment home to their campuses. The Brown Divest Coal campaign was working to get the university to divest from the 15 biggest and most environmentally destructive coal companies in the United States. The campaign just grew and grew, so we were able to work with dozens of other student groups and get them to pledge their support to the campaign. We signed on professors and alumni, and I think the coolest thing was when we gathered a ton of support and were able to get Bill McKibben to bring the fossil-free divestment roadshow to Brown University, and we rallied a lot of support from across campus and recruited over 500 people to fill the main auditorium and see Bill McKibben speak. And we got a ton of those people to come out to a rally the next day on the main green. I was able to work with and train just dozens of really passionate students at Brown who are now continuing the campaign forward. So in the spring, they were actually able to convince the committee that decides on divestment at Brown to vote to divest the funds from these 15 companies. And now that decision is going before the university's corporation in the fall, and we hope for a lot of success. This fall, I'll be working with the Public Interest Network, which is an umbrella organization that includes Environment America and the Federation of State Environment Groups, as well as US PIRG and the Federation of State PIRGs. And I'll be working on their online organizing team to work to mobilize and recruit even more people from across the country on all sorts of consumer and environmental issues.